Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there is a very short video that is trending on social media, and this video is making President William Samoei Ruto to get so much angry and get mad on regarding Gachagua's move to counter him in this country.
Sema one term. Wewe William Ruto. Wewe Kasongo. Wewe Muuaji. Wewe Mwizi. Wewe Kasongo. Harabe.
Now, Gachagua goes on to talk about the issue of one term. That you, William Ruto, and the response from the people is one term. You, a murderer or a killer, one term. You, a thief, one term. Harambe, one term. So the term is now being coined there, one term. That Ruto will be a one-term president. He's going to be in our history as the person who has only served for one term as the president. We know Kenyatta once served for, we can say, 3 terms because that was 15 years. Moi, we can say he served for 5 terms because that was 24 years. Then Kibaki, 2 terms. Uhuru Kenyatta, 2 terms without so much rejection from the people. But now then we have William Ruto here in his first term as the President of the Republic of Kenya being completely rejected by the people. And now they are coining this issue of one term.
Munasema ni one term. Ataenda one term. Sema one term. Wewe William Ruto. Wewe Kasongo. Wewe Muuaji. Wewe Mwizi. Wewe Kasongo. Harabe.
The question people are asking concerning this issue of one term, is there a possibility that William Ruto can be a one-term president? And how? Can it happen really? And by which means can it be realized that Ruto can serve for one term? That is the big question on this Punchline that I would want us to look into. But before we go deep into that discussion, I have a quick request and very humble one. For those who are watching this channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Gachagua was on his way from Juja. I think this was on Sunday. So he was somewhere at Githunguri. And he spoke about the oppression that must get to a logical conclusion. That is what he wrote on his Facebook page. So we have an oppressor. That's why Gachagua is talking about the oppression. And he's looking into a means to bring it to a logical conclusion to end this oppression and destroying the oppressor. So it should go to William Ruto very clear that this is how Kenyans look at him, especially when you have someone who is voicing these people's feelings. Gachagua is actually coming out very clear to voice our feelings, to speak about our problems, to speak about our thinking, to speak about what we are going through. And this is going to be a wave. It is growing, it is becoming bigger, it is becoming a wave. And therefore, it will be a moment where Ruto will be viewed, and already is being viewed, as the biggest enemy we are having. When it reaches that level, whereby we see William Ruto as someone that we would not want to have anymore, someone who has been viewed as the biggest problem, a mountain to this country, a mountain to our economy, a mountain to our well-being, then we have to deal with that mountain. That is now how these guys are coining this issue of one term. He has referred to him as a murderer. Look on how Gen Zs disappeared. Imagine friends, parents, brothers and sisters, relatives who have seen one of their own just disappearing. Forceful disappearance. When you hear a statement like this one from Gachagua, that a murderer, then the response is one term. You make it a reality that indeed it should be one term. We have had kidnapping. Then after kidnapping, body will resurface lifeless. So when you bring this discussion, it also goes into our mind to remember how we lost our friends, relatives, through such means. So when someone talk about one term, definitely you will agree with that person, and anytime you will get a chance on the ballot to cast your vote, then that is going to be a very easy way of just protesting on the ballot. Sasa yake muita mwizi, wewe mwizi, one term. Again, pia is another thing. From wewe Muuaji one term to wewe mwizi one term. We have never seen a serious move by this regime to fight corruption in this country. The biggest problem we are having is the issue of corruption. And once you are a president who does not fight corruption, it goes into people's mind that you are embracing corruption. Indeed, President William Ruto has been viewed as a leader who has embraced corruption. We have never seen a serious case under his regime where we have heard that money from process of corruption has been recovered. Instead, we saw corrupt individuals whose name were mentioned, they had serious case in the court. All their cases being stopped, some withdrawn. We know Nordin had what he did. So many cases were withdrawn. Then those individuals were appointed to this government. Kuna watu walikuwa na cases like 36, alafu wanakuambia 32, wanakuambia these were just civil cases. 32 really. Some had serious corruption cases. Questionable characters now serving under this regime. But after all this, imagine active cases of corruption in court, then these cases withdrawn. Then someone appointed. And we are expecting the same person to fight corruption. It will never happen. That's why we have so many stalled projects across the country. There's no plan to deal with that. Kulikuwa na mambo ya edible oil, 9 billion Kenyan shillings. In the question, where taxes were evaded up to now. Sikuri ndiye alikuwa kwa hiyo ministry. Ziko wapi? Ilinyamazishwa hivyo. Sasa Wakenya wakisikia wewe mwizi, because Ruto has failed to fight corruption, and him too also has been mentioned here and there and everywhere about this issue of corruption. Angalia hata ile hoteli yake Weston kwa katika shamba la JKIA. Hiyo kesi kwa saizi ilikufa. We must get another president who can revive that case. But as we stand today, you look at this government, you wonder really, tuko sawa na corruption inaendelea? Mambo ya mbolea, Sasa Mithika Linturi is out and he's now exposing this regime. Saizi anamwaga mtama kwenye kuku wengi. Tulishangaa ni kwa nini itakuwaje jamaa kama huyu kuna enough evidence to prove that indeed things happened in this country. But hakuna mahali anapelekwa, ako tu. Impeachment imefanyika akakuwa saved by the president. Sababu there is no way utadili na hawa bunge kama siwe president na uko na enough resources. How did it happen? That was economic sabotage. So the issue of one term is becoming a reality. It is becoming a song. And this is dangerous. A time bombshell for one President William Samoei Ruto. Now, I don't know your views on this, but please let us know in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Otherwise, if you have listened to me up to this far, I must say thank you so much and see you in our next video.